Hello and welcome back to Douglas CSL, where we learn English one day at a time. We have a new format on the YouTube channel. Hope you like it. This is the new format we're using. Tonight's video is prepositions. We're going to highlight prepositions in, on, at, by, and for. So let's get started. Prepositions are words that show a relationship between a noun or pronoun and other words in a sentence. They often indicate location, direction, time, or the relationship between objects. Common prepositions include in, on, at, by, and for. These are some of the most used prepositions, and for new English learners, they're a little difficult to use sometimes, even though they're very small words. They're a little bit difficult for some people, so let's try to help you with that tonight. The preposition on is used to show that something is in contact with or in position above something else. Let's look at some example sentences. Number one, the cat is sleeping on the bed. He's actually physically on top of the bed, on the bed. Please put the groceries on the kitchen counter, placing it on something. She placed her keys on the table by the door. She put her keys on top of the table. The children are playing on the playground equipment. They're playing on swings and monkey bars. They're playing on the playground equipment. Number five, we sat on the beach and enjoyed the view of the lake, sitting on top of the sand, sitting on the beach. Let's look at some more visual. This is part of the new format we're using here on Douglas CSL. A lot more visual items we're putting on here. The first one, a chair is on the floor. So the chair is sitting, or its legs are on the floor. So it's on the floor. A welcome mat is on the porch. This is a porch in front of a front door, and they have a big purple welcome mat. So the welcome mat is laying on the porch. The plate is on the table. So you have the food on the plate, and the plate is on the table, ready for dinner. This example has three different prepositional phrases. So a preposition, which I have marked in red, is the beginning of what we call a prepositional phrase, which will have several more words behind it. So look at this sentence carefully. She is our subject pronoun. Is our verb. And then we have three prepositional phrases in a row that describe what the sentence is describing. She is on a plane with a computer on her lap. So she's on a plane or in a plane. We typically say on a plane. Sometimes on and in can be used differently or at the same time. On a plane with a computer on her lap. She has it right there on her lap. Okay, here's an example of on and in both being acceptable to use. They are on a bus. They are in a bus. Okay, they're in a bus today. They're on a bus today. Either one can be used. This one, only on. They are on bikes. You're not going to ever say they're in bikes because they can't be inside of a bike. But they're on bikes. They're going through a park on an old trail. They are on bikes. This picture is on the wall. We've been talking about things like on the table, on the floor. Now we're going the other directions, on a wall. The picture is on the wall. If you want to call that a picture, it just looks a little bit like ink splatter to me. But anyway, she's putting the picture on the wall. It's on the surface of the wall. This one, I just had an idea to do a sentence called the dog is on the car. So I used AI to create this picture, of course. You can be inside a car. Normally, so a dog could be in a car, but I wanted to show a dog on a car. So I used AI to make this photo. So there is a dog, and he is on top of the car. In, let's talk about preposition in, is used to indicate location within a space, time period, or state of condition. It is used to show that something is contained or enclosed by something else. Inside. In something. Here's some examples. Number one, the keys are in the drawer. Inside the drawer, you'll see the keys. We live in a house by the lake. Number three, she arrived in the city last night. And number four, there is a cat in the box. And number five, he likes to relax in the garden. I have a lot of visuals for some of these in my shorts. I made a new shorts folder with 100 different short videos on prepositions with a lot of these sentences have visual examples there. Okay, here's your visual. The flowers are in the vase. They are inside the vase. Got a nice little bouquet, a bouquet of beautiful flowers. The cat is sleeping in the bed. He's not worried about anything. He's in his bed, which looks like it's on the floor, but he's inside his bed. He's in the bed. We live in a small house. There's their small house by the river, using the preposition by. So you've got two different prepositional phrases here. In the small house by the river. That's where they live. How beautiful. Okay, I'll meet you in the park at noon. There's our first example of at. Preposition at. In the park, meaning inside the area of the park. In a specific time, at noon. I'll meet you in the park at noon. He is in the kitchen making dinner. Yes, he is. He looks like a happy chef. He is in the kitchen. That's where he's at now, and he's making dinner. Here is an example of the keys are in the drawer. You pull the drawer open. You can see the keys are inside or in the drawer. They are in a meeting right now. You can see they're meeting and discussing. So they're in the meeting room, and they are currently in a meeting right now. There's a hole in the roof. You're not going to say it's on the roof. It's inside the roof area. You can see the hole. So we would say this is a hole in the roof. Here, on this side, they cut a hole in the roof and built a window, a skylight window to look out. But here, maybe they're going to put in another skylight. But right now, we would refer this as it's a hole in the entire roof area. There is a hole in the roof. Okay, let's look at at. At is a preposition that's versatile. Word used to indicate a specific point, specific place, or specific time. Here are some common ways to use at. So let's look at the first one. Number one, specific location. She is waiting at the bus stop. So that's the exact location she is. She's at the bus stop waiting there. Maybe a specific time. Number two, the meeting is scheduled at 3 p.m. That's the exact time the meeting is scheduled. Number three, events. We meet at the concert last night, or we met. We met at the concert last night. Number four, places of work. He is at the office. He is at the office right now working. Activities. At for certain activities or actions. Example, she is good at playing the piano. He is good at playing guitar. At is used for specific points, times, or locations. It's often used when you're talking about being in a particular place or moment. So let's look at some visual sentences using at. She's at work, and here's another preposition, until 5 o'clock. So she's at work. That's the specific location. She's at her job working. We should be at the airport by 6 a.m. So here's the first use of by preposition. We'll go over those in a minute. But at the airport is the specific location. We should be at the airport by 6 a.m. The meeting is scheduled at 3 p.m. That's exactly the precise moment we will start our meeting. He is working at the office. That's where he is now. He's at his desk at the office and he's working. Okay, let's look at by. By is a versatile word with various uses. Here's how we use by correctly. Number one, near or beside something. Example, she stood by the window. So you've got the window and someone is very right beside or right by the window. She stood by the window. Passing or moving past. The bus drove by the park. So you're standing on the street in front of the park and the bus drives by. The bus drove by the park. Means or method. I'll send you the document by email. That's the method I'm going to send it to you. I will send it to you by post or by UPS or by FedEx or by email. Number four, deadline or time. Please finish your homework by Friday. If you turn it in Saturday or Sunday, it's too late. You have to turn it in by Friday, maybe even a specific time, by Friday at 5 p.m. Amount of time. I'll be back by noon. Okay, so it's the morning time. You're going, and you say, I'll be back by noon. Before noon, you will be back by noon. And number six, agent or doer. Example, the book was written by Mark Twain. That is the doer. Remember, by is a versatile preposition that can indicate location, time, means, or the doer of an action. The book was written by Mark Twain. Let's look at some visual examples. Please submit your assignment by Friday. Submit. Make sure it's there by Friday. The train is expected to arrive by 9 p.m. Should be here by 9 p.m. if it's on time. Can you finish this report by tomorrow morning? She's working late. You can tell it's late in the office. She has to have it done by the morning, so maybe she'll stay till late into the night. Maybe it's that important. Can you finish the report by tomorrow morning? And that's what she's doing, trying to finish the report by tomorrow morning. You can pay by credit card or cash. Method, by credit card or cash, you can pay. We usually have breakfast by 8 a.m. Take a break, eat your breakfast by 8 a.m. You can reach me by email or phone, or text, by phone, by email. She learned to ride a bike by the age of 6. So obviously when she was 6 months old, she wasn't learning to ride a bike. So sometime by the time she was born, till 6 years old, somewhere in there, but by the age of 6, she was already learning to ride a bike. Okay, our last one is for, has several different uses in English. Here's how to use one. Number one, purpose or reason. She bought flowers for her mother's birthday. For her mother's birthday. Recipient. I made dinner for my family. I cooked. The people that I cooked for dinner was my family. Number three, duration of time. They have been studying for 2 hours. For 2 hours. Number four, an exchange or trade. She traded her book for a toy. For a toy. In favor of. He voted for the news proposal. He voted yes. He voted for it. Suitability and fitness. These shoes are too big for me. So for me, they're too big. Maybe for you, they'll fit, but for me, they're too big for me. To mean or represent. 4 stands for the number 4. F-O-R, and then the number 4, F-O-U-R. 4, the number, stands for the preposition. The number 4 is a prepositional phrase, F-O-U-R. 4 stands for the number 4. That's just too many 4s. Okay, remember 4 is a versatile preposition used to indicate purpose, recipient, duration, exchange, favor, suitability, or representation. That's a mouthful. Okay, let's look at a few visuals. I bought some flowers for my mother's birthday. There you go. She bought her some nice flowers for her birthday. We are going to the beach for the weekend. So we have 2 prepositional phrases. To the beach, that's where we're going, and we're going for the weekend. Have fun at the beach. She apologized for being late. For being late. I need a new jacket for the winter. Winter's coming. I need a new jacket. But not here in Thailand where I live. It's never cold here in Thailand. She's studying for her exams. That's why she's studying for her exams. We're saving money for our vacation. Excellent. Save money for, they're trying to save money to go on a nice vacation. For our vacation. I need to buy a gift for my friend's wedding. That's what the gift is for their wedding. She's famous for her cooking skills. Look at the way she's dressed. She must be famous if she dresses like that. So she's famous for the way she cooks. Okay, let's look at our preposition assessment. We have 5 sentences, 4 answers each. So let's read them and then we'll pause the video and let you answer them. Number 1, I'll meet you, the library, at 3 o'clock. In, on, at, or by. I'll meet you, the library, at 3 o'clock. Studying French, 2 years. Number 3, the party is Saturday night. Number 4, we have to finish the project Friday. And the last one, I usually go for a walk the evening. So you can pause the video, take your time, select your answers, and we will now reveal the answers. Here we go. Number 1, I'll meet you at the library at 3 o'clock. So precisely at the library at 3 o'clock. She's been studying French for 2 years. The duration, for 2 years she's been studying French. The third one, the party is on Saturday night. Don't be late. It's on Saturday night. The fourth one, we have to finish the project by Friday. Must be completed by Friday. Saturday is too late. By Friday. The last one, I usually go for a walk in the evenings, maybe after dinner. In the evenings, go for a nice long walk. There you go. That was our preposition assessment. As I said, we have a new look, a new way of doing things here at Douglas CSL. We have a lot of short videos, which I've never done before. I just started doing shorts. I've got 100 short videos on prepositions with many, many example sentences. All different kinds of prepositions. You can go and check those out. But thank you for watching Douglas ESL. Please like, subscribe, and share to watch more videos. Take care. Bye-bye.